Hello and welcome to Advanced Mathematics 1, Unit 4, Part 1, Slope-Intercept Form. By the end of today's lesson, you'll be able to do the following. You'll be able to write the equation of a line given its slope and y-intercept. You'll be able to write the equation of a line from its graph. If you are given 2 points, you'll be able to write the equation of a line in slope-intercept form. And you'll be able to create and use linear models. So let's go into our main concepts. Our first concept is as follows. When a linear equation is written in the form y equals mx plus b, the slope of the line is m and the y-intercept is 0, b. It's written as an ordered pair because it is a location on the coordinate system. So in other words, the coefficient of the x is always the slope of the line, and the number that's sitting off to the side is where it crosses the y-axis. Vertical lines have the form x equals some number, so say c. All of these lines have an undefined slope. So if you ever find a line that's undefined, then it's vertical, and it's in the form x equals something. Horizontal lines have the form y equals something, and they have a slope of 0. The slope between 2 points, x1, y1, and y2, x2, y2, is the difference in the y values, y2 minus y1, divided by x2 minus x1. So it's usually written as a fraction. It can end up being a whole number if it divides out evenly. But as far as using it for graphing, you want to look at it as a fraction because you need that change in y over change in x value in order to really see what a slope is doing. Let's go ahead and start our examples for today. So we want to write an equation of a line with a slope of -3. So that means our m is -3. Oops, and our y-intercept is 1/2. So our b is 1/2. Wow, that's very sloppy. So I have y equals m, which is -3, x plus b, which is 1/2. So it's literally just plugging those two numbers into y equals mx plus b. You need to know that formula. That is one of the most important ones for graphing. So y equals mx plus b. Put it in your head. All right. Example 2, we're asked to write the equation of the line given the graph. We have 2 lines here, so we'll start with A. A is a horizontal line, so it's y equals something. So all I have to see is where it crosses the y-axis. It crosses at 3, so it's y equals 3. So that's really easy. For B, I need the slope and the y-intercept. So I'm going to get this y-intercept first because that's easy. The B is where it crosses the y-axis. So you can see down here, it crosses the y-axis right here. So that is at -3. Now to find the slope, you need to find another point on the line. If you can, use the other intercept because that's the easiest thing. And basically you want to find the change in y and the change in x. So the change in y between those 2 points is 3. The change in x is 2. And you need to know if it's positive or negative. Positive slopes go uphill from left to right. Negative slopes go downhill from left to right. And so this is a positive slope. So the slope is going to be positive. So my m is going to be the change in y, which is 3, over the change in x, which is 2. And it's positive because that uphill slope. So I have y equals m times x plus b, which is -3. So you can write plus -3, or you can just write -3. And I'll do that. And there you go. All right, in example 3, we're asked to find the equation that contains 2 points. Now, there is a formula called the point-slope formula, which would, when you use it, end up with the equation in the slope-intercept form at the end. So if you want to go memorize that formula, be my guest. I just don't believe in memorizing an excess number of formulas. So I'm going to use the formula we already know, which is slope-intercept form. So in order to do that, I need to find the slope of the line. So I'm going to say the slope of the line is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So plugging in our values, we have negative 2 minus 2 over 3 minus 1. Again, it does not matter which one is x2 and y2 and which one is x1 and y1 as long as you're consistent. So I just use the second one as 2 and the first one as 1. So negative 2 minus 2 is negative 4. 3 minus 1 is 2. Reducing that, I get negative 2. Now, my slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. I'm going to put in my negative 2 for my m, and I'm going to choose one of the 2 points to be my x and my y. It does not matter which of the 2 points you choose. So I'm just going to choose the one that doesn't have negatives in it, just to keep my life easy. So my y is 2 equals m, which is negative 2. X in this case is 1, and then plus b. So basically I'm solving this equation for b. So that's negative 2 plus b here. Add 2 to both sides. The only thing with doing it this way is you have to realize you're not done when you find b. It's asking for the equation of the line, so I need to write it in that form, y equals mx plus b. So we have y equals m, which is negative 2, x plus 4, which is my b. And that's my final answer. All right, for number 4, it looks different, but it's actually not. Remember, functional notations is read f of 4 is negative 2. That means when x is 4, oops, there should be a parentheses, sorry, y is negative 2. And this one, when x is 8, y is 4. So it's just giving you 2 points in a different way of looking at it. So again, I'm going to find my slope first. I'm not going to write the formula this time. So I have y2 minus y1, oops, that's a 2, all over x2 minus x1. So 4 minus negative 2 is 6. And 8 minus 4 is 4. So we're just going to reduce that to 3 halves. And then we have y equals mx plus b. I'll go ahead and write the 3 halves here. This time I think I will choose the 8/4 as my point, because again there's no negatives. Again, it doesn't matter. So y is 4, and then we have 3 halves times x, which is 8, plus b. 3 halves times 8 would be 4 times 3 is 12. And then I would subtract 12 from both sides. I get negative 8 is equal to b. So again, I got to rewrite my equation. So it's y equals 3 halves x plus b, which is plus negative 8 or just minus 8. And there we go. All right, in this problem, we are given a point and the slope. So again, I can just use my slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b, so y equals 1/4 x plus b. This is just faster than the last kind because I already know the slope, so I don't have to do any calculation. I'm going to plug in my y and x values. So y is 3, x is -8, 1/4 of -8 is -2. Add 2 to both sides. I get 5 is b. And then again, I rewrite my equation at the end. Y equals 1/4 x plus b, which is 5. And there we go. That's it for that. All right, in this final problem, we are given kind of a word problem. It says the graph shows the distance a particular asteroid travels in x seconds. Write the equation of the line, and then it asks us a question about it. So in order to write the equation of the line, we need the slope and the intercept. So the intercept, in this case, where it crosses the y-axis, is at 0. My slope is going to be given to me from the point that they gave me. So if I were to draw a line up here, the change in y is 24. The change in x is 5. So it's 24 over 5, which cannot reduce. So I will write my equation of my line. Y equals m, which is 24/5, x plus b, which is 0. So I don't need the 0, so you can just write y equals 24/5 x, and that's your equation. The second part says, about how long does it take the asteroid to travel 1720 miles? So the traveling is the distance, so that's my y value. So I'm plugging in that 17,200 in for y and solving for x. So I multiply both sides by 5/24 in order to get my answer. And I don't know what that is off the top of my head. If you do, good for you. 17,200 times 5/24 is 3,583 and 1/3. So we'll just say 3,583 because it said about seconds. Because everything in the x time is in seconds. And there we go. That's all for today. I will see you next time. Goodbye.